Tuesday night's a trip to Chelsea. It's an 8:15 kickoff, Steve. So I'm guessing that's on the telly, is it?
Yeah, TNT have got the whole
great.
round of games. So everything's televised this week. All 10 games, staggered kickoff. So it's either 7:30 or 8:15. So yeah, those getting back to Southampton after the game. That'll be slightly iffy on the trains, but I mean, for me, it's one of my easiest away games because I mean it's literally 4 stops, I think, on the district line down to Wimbledon, then a tram more or less to my front door.
There you go. If you get stuck, you can stay at Steve's. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the game? I mean, they've lost a couple of games, haven't they? So I guess this would be the perfect opportunity for them to get back on track and push for fourth that they've been talking about.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're still a very good squad of players, and obviously there's the Enzo Maresca factor, who has very much had our number in the last 18 to 20 months. Yeah. So, I mean, scores of 4-1, 5-0 and 5-1 don't bode well, especially for a team that's been kind of fairly profligate in front of goal. Like the Villa game last night, they still created quite a lot of chances, but they just missed everything. And it wasn't like Villa defended particularly well. But yeah, they're in this little run of kind of throwing games away, really. So I mean, maybe we get a little bit more of that. That'd be nice. Nice little bonus away point, maybe, or at least keep the score down to something non-embarrassing. That'd be a solid place to start, I suppose, wouldn't it? After yesterday.
It's going to be a quick turnaround, Alfie. Obviously, that probably means a few rotations. So do you think maybe Flynn Downs comes back in to start for this one?
Yeah, I've got no idea. We did ask Ivan, what's your thinking with that? A quick turnaround. He just said, not sure. We'll think about that tomorrow morning, which is probably fair enough after being smashed by Brighton. I honestly don't know what to expect. I think he'll bring Paul back in. But other than that, I mean, it's limited numbers, isn't it? I mean, what's he going to do with that defence? I don't know. What would you do with that defence? I don't know. You can't bring Nathan Wood back in the way he's managed it. Although I suppose if you're going to man, getting rid of it, maybe you could bring him back in. But I mean, Joe Rebo could play at the back again.
Jack Stevens, maybe?
No, thanks.
Jack
Stevens could come back in. Yeah, James Bree will obviously play. He'll play 90 minutes again because he'll be captain.
Crap.
He'll be captain. I don't know. I honestly don't know what he'll do with the team. I mean, Steve makes the point about Chelsea's run of form. They've been beaten 4 of the last 5 games. But if you look at the 4 teams who've beaten them, they're all considerably better teams than Southampton. So I'm not expecting that to be the case. But yeah, this is going to be a hard team to predict. I've got no idea.
Did you see Reece James organise the social gathering for them all, just to try and get all the team spirit and everybody back on side this week after their bad run of form? He could have just waited till Tuesday night, Glenn.
I was going to say, was it tickets for today's game? For Tuesday's game?
Just save yourself some money on a curry and wait till Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Chelsea have got a squad that's got about 50 Premier League level players. And most of whom didn't get given a squad number at the start of the season.
And every single one of them would improve our starting 11.
Yeah, and we've got a squad of players where about 2 are Premier League level. I was thinking about this 2 years ago. I said that I was looking at our squad and saying how many players have we got who are capable of 3 decent games in a row in the Premier League. And it's less now than it was 2 years ago. It's probably only Ramsdale and Fernandes at the moment. Maybe Bednarek at an absolute push. So as you say, Chelsea have been beaten by Villa and Brighton, who are both light years better than us. So I'm not expecting anything out of that game whatsoever. Cole Palmer has obviously gone off the boil a little bit, so.
You're expecting him to come back in, yeah?
Triple captain him for your fantasy Premier League.
If you ask for the secrets, mine, I will be captaining Cole Palmer. That's
yeah.
That's a given.
So, I mean,
they've got some injuries, haven't they? I'm just, trying to.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant.
On my list of positives is they've got a few injuries, and even Ruben Sellers managed to win there. But that's the only thing that you can kind of come up with.
The injuries are irrelevant to them. They got so many players. Yes, they're having to play Pedro Neto as a striker at the moment.
But, £50 million player.
Yeah, exactly. So, Crimea River. that to me makes no difference. I mean, yeah, as Steve said, Maresca always smashes us, but we'll have the last laugh because he'll get sacked at the end of the season, no doubt, unless Chelsea finish in the top four. So,
I mean, I guess the one difference is he's not going to be playing. He's not going to be up against Russell Martin ball. So maybe
he's not faced heavy metal football yet, has he?
No.
I mean, Steve, I don't know if you
have to go long.
Yeah, I don't know if you realised. Last time we spoke about Chelsea, we got tens of thousands of interactions on a TikTok video because they were all slamming you for having a go at Nicholas Jackson, Steve. Unfortunately, he's injured now, isn't he? But you've been proven right. He was indeed hot and cold, like you said he was, and they were all wrong in the comments. So if this gets TikToked, then hello, Chelsea fans.
Is Steve a TikTok star? Is he? I didn't know.
Well, not so much a star. I think he was a bit of a villain at the time. But I mean, look, we haven't mentioned the fact you obviously mentioned Flynn Downs coming in because
he has to play.
Yeah, because Leslie can't play. So they've lost a one midfielder who can actually sort of play that position in the last 6 weeks. So Flynn will have to come back in.
Coming in away from home as well makes it a bit easier, I guess, with the situation.
Is there anybody in the B team who could play who's got any sort of strength and athleticism about them? You've obviously watched most of their games this year.
Players in the B team who've got strength and athleticism about them, but they're not at the standard. They're not ready to do this. They're not ready to play. I mean, the guys who play in at the moment, Moses Sesse, they like him in the six. He plays a bit of a left wing back at the same time in other games. Obviously, we know about sort of Romeo, and he's a slightly smaller lad. Joe O'Brien Whitmarsh's gone out on loan. Cam Bragg is their number 6.
He's injured.
Yeah, is he? Fair enough. Yeah, Cam Bragg is the number 6 for the 21s, and I mean Cam Bragg is a good technical player, but he's not at the physical standard to play away from home at Chelsea. So I wouldn't expect anybody to come in from the 21s.
We'll do some predictions in just a moment. Anything else on Chelsea? Anything else we're expecting to see? Anything else we'd like to see on Tuesday night?
I think we've sort of summed up what we'd like to see in the sense that, whether it's a 3-5-2 or a 4-2, whatever it is, just simplify it and defend areas of the pitch. Take responsibility for areas rather than a single man, and then, try and play 2 midfielders who can actually run and tackle would be a good start. Other than that, there's not much to choose from.
Yeah, it'll be a Rebo and small bone in the centre of midfield.
I mean, it can't be.
No, I know it can't be.
I like both, but it cannot be that.
No, it can't be. I mean, to me, you've got to put Flynn Downs in there and tell him your job is to protect the 2 centre halves or 3 centre halves, and that is it. You don't go forward. You're not a hybrid number 8 trying to lead the press from the front or any of that rubbish. Your job is to protect that 3.
Poundland, Declan Rice,
absolutely. Just don't move. Keep it simple. But whether we do
a back 3 of James Bree, Bella Kotchap, and Jack Stevens behind him.
Oh Lord,
good God!
I'd pick myself ahead of James Bree.
I mean, he's a shoe-in. He will start.
Yeah, of course.
He's a sure something.
Tall Paul will start up front, obviously.
Tall Paul, Camel Dean, and Matty Fernandez up front.
Yeah. Spider Dibley needs a rest.
Yeah, probably.
He's only played 1 game.
Well, he just looked, I don't know. I can imagine him getting a rest, I don't know, on Tuesday. It's
He looks knackered. He looks absolutely knackered.
Or disinterested. Yeah. I can't work out which.
I wouldn't accuse him of being disinterested, to be honest. I think he's interested, but he's knackered. Yeah. He's knackered.
Let's do some predictions then. Entries are open for the Chelsea predictions for patrons that are playing along. You can find that link on Patreon. If you're watching live, then you can obviously put your predictions into the comments on there. Just one person. Gary Fox got 3 points in the predictions league this week, which seems remarkable. I think we all went for like 3-0 or 3-1. So, Steve, you're going to be at this game. Do you want to go first?
4-0.
Getting in there early. Nothing in return for us.
I mean, it's just one of those games where obviously we've got injuries at a bad time in the one area where we can least afford injuries. Like we don't have good defense. We don't have good defenders anyway. And so having the ones that we kind of deem the most competent all being unavailable just is a recipe for disaster, especially against a side like Chelsea, who, for all that they can throw in an absolute turd of a performance at any given moment, they also have some absolutely ridiculous players who, when you give them time to perform and you don't put them under any sort of pressure, as we didn't do to Brighton yesterday, can tear anybody apart and can turn on the style. And I just think that, I mean, unless suddenly we redevelop kind of a backbone and a bit of competitive edge about us in the space of 3 days. I just don't see anything other than a bit of a hiding, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm putting you down for Alfie.
I will go for a 4-1 then. Will give us a goal. I don't know who's scoring it, but I mean, Steve's absolutely right. People like Cole Palmer might be out of form and out of sorts, but they'll take one look at the team and they'll be up for it.
Yeah, Glenn, no one's gone for 3-1 yet. Do you want that?
No, it's not enough. Well, I'm hoping maybe Simon Rusk will send the team out 4-4-1-1, and we'll just try and keep it solid. And Ryan Manning on the left wing and all that stuff, like we did at Arsenal when we were half decent all those years ago. So no, I'm not expecting. I'm expecting slightly better, but more of the same. I'll go 3-0 Chelsea.